Hello everyone, thought I'd make a quick video because I miss you all already, and it's hard doing philosophy on your own when we can't talk and share ideas. So I just thought I'd give you an overview of the topic that we're doing at the moment. So it's socio-cultural political philosophy. It's very interesting. I think it's about how we should govern societies, and should we have rules or not, and how do we all work together. So we've started off with cultural relativism, which I hope you've enjoyed. I think it's a really interesting thing to think about, and to think about, who is right? Are we all right? How do we decide what's important or not? So we're going to move on. Next week you'll be looking at videos. I've got a whole lot of fun short videos about different political systems. I haven't covered all of them, but I've covered the sort of main ones that are around in the world today. So there's monarchies and democracies, communism, socialism, all those sorts of things. And so it's all about how the political and economic power is shared. It's all explained on the videos, but basically in societies, it's like who has the power and who has the money and who makes the decisions. And so in a dictatorship or a monarchy, or in a monarchy actually, the power is passed sort of down through families. They're not voted in. A dictatorship, someone just sort of takes over power and decides they're running, but again not voted for by the people. And then in economic systems, in capitalist societies, it's basically a free market, and if you can own the factory and the workers, you get all the profit. But in socialist and communist economies, they want the workers to share in the profit, or everyone gets equal pay. So it's a bit of a different system, but the videos that I'll put up for you to watch next week explain all of that really well. And then after that, hopefully we'll be back at school again, but the next stage of it is to think about what philosophers thought about human nature, and how much should we have laws to control people, and if we're all living in a group together, how do we manage that? And we're going to look at the thoughts of three sort of older philosophers, so Hobbes and Locke and Rousseau. This is Locke. So they were three very important philosophers who had views on how society should be run. And then after that, I've got a couple of newer philosophers. One in particular, John Rawls, is very, has some great inspirational ideas, and I've got some activities for us to do with his views. And then we're going to move on and do a couple of little projects. One, I'm hoping we'll be back and we can do in groups, and you will design a world, and you will decide in your world, if you've got the people in your society, who pays taxes, and does everyone get an equal share, and how to provide for things, and what the rules should be, and you will decide what you want in your brand new world and justify that. And then the last thing we're going to do is you'll do an individual project on anything to do with the topic that we've done about the political philosophy. You can pick any aspect that has interested you over the time and come up with a question or an idea, and then present your thoughts about that, and this will be graded and go on your reports. But this time you don't have to write an essay. You can choose how you present the thoughts that you've had. So you can write an essay, or you could do a speech, you could make a PowerPoint, you could make a poster, but you do need to get across your thoughts and put forward a good reasoned argument with different viewpoints, just like last time. So nearly done. I just thought I'd mention too, if you've been watching the news, there's some really interesting and relevant stuff for our philosophy course in there. There's been recently stuff in the paper about conspiracy theories. This article came out last week, all about, there was a conspiracy theory about the family that got COVID, and someone just made up some facts to fit the story. So it was a prime example of the just so fallacy. So they just said these are some reasons why it could have happened. Turns out they weren't true at all. So there's some really interesting stuff about conspiracy theories, and also to do with democracy and dictatorships in the news. You can probably find it on a news website. Belarus has had a dictator for quite a long time, and they've just had an election, and a whole lot of people are finally protesting in Minsk, and they're lining the street saying, we don't want you, the election's rigged, go away, we want a proper democracy, we've had enough. So some really relevant stuff in the news at the moment to do with this topic. So yeah, I hope you're all doing all right, and you get a bit of time to do some thinking and reflection, and next week's work's going to be quite easy because it's just going to be watching videos about different political and economic systems. Hopefully we'll all be together soon and having some more fun. Okay, bye for now.